last in this first panel, in this first session, is Chris Peoples from Energy Block Consortium, USA. The floor is yours.
So, good afternoon, everybody. Let me first take the opportunity to thank the organizers and, of course, thank the audience for your patience and for taking the time to sit through these presentations. I think we've heard a lot of good insights in terms of kind of things that are happening right now within the industry, the various projects which are being explored. It's you can probably tell that hey. There are multiple facets that you're going to encounter as you continue to kind of explore in this space. So that's kind of where we come in to a certain degree. So we're the Energy Blockchain Consortium. A little bit about myself. I have been in the energy business for close to 10 years. Started off as a strategy consultant in generation development. So worked on a variety of asset development efforts and have also gained a significant exposure to the wholesale and retail markets. In addition to that, I've also moved into the technology side of the house as a certified blockchain developer. I lead a variety of other working groups within the energy blockchain space. So really kind of trying to bridge the gap between the energy sector and this emerging technology. So at a high level, that's probably what you can kind of consider the Energy Blockchain Consortium. It's a group of like-minded individuals who come from an energy background, whether regulators, whether technology providers, whether users within the market, who are essentially trying to add structure and try to kind of help facilitate not just the deployment of blockchain technology, but enable and facilitate the responsible deployment within the energy sector. Okay. Quick disclaimer, there are some companies that we're going to list within this presentation. This is by no means an endorsement of these companies. Rather, it is just we're trying to provide some information. Okay. The mission of the Energy Blockchain Consortium is to identify and solve the most compelling problems and opportunities in the energy industry using blockchain technology. We hope that blockchain is going to be an enabler within the overall energy transformation. So that being said, it's essentially one of the tools that we're going to see within the broader context of the various things that are happening within the industry. But essentially what we're doing is we're working to educate. Yesterday we held a 4-hour session where we gave our Energy Blockchain Champion course, helping to build and establish some of the foundations around blockchain technology. So demystifying kind of what the technology is, helping individuals and organizations and regulators understand some of the inner workings as to kind of what it does. So essentially kind of working to build foundations for business owners and regulators to make smart decisions regarding the technology itself. So that being said, in collaboration with the various members within the organization, we work to help define and establish use cases, set standards, support pilots, and then also we have a small accelerator program where we selectively support startups. So I'm going to go through this kind of at lightning speed because we're at the end of the day. So just kind of looking at it from the energy perspective, and maybe just kind of wrapping up, the good conversations before. Looking at some of the trends, we try to really focus on, bridging the gap between energy and technology. And we've heard a couple of examples today of some of the use cases, some of the more compelling use cases that we see within the industry. So within the peer-to-peer sector, a little bit in the alternative financing mechanisms. But in terms of the overall trends, we do know that, we are looking at digitization and smart grid deployment. We are looking at trends which are moving toward more decentralized markets in the energy sector. We're looking at greater democratization We are seeing data and security becoming more and more of a topic, whether that be securing customer data or establishing, who or where the ownership should fall. We are also looking at technology challenges. So as we, are bombarded with this myriad of new technologies and new options, how do we decide what's best in terms of what to pursue? I mean, I think the gentleman's description of the various studies going on right now within the sector kind of very much illustrate that, hey, the answer isn't always 100% clear right now. But that being said, new business models also coming into perspective. That's going to be, at the forefront. As these new technologies become deployed, you are going to see new markets evolving. You are going to see new value propositions being deployed, whether that be alternative markets around permissioning data or selling your data to and from different parties. And then the last is, of course, customer expectations. So, the other thing the industry is dealing with is customer expectations are changing. The customer more and more wants renewables. They want more control. And those are things that we all kind of as energy professionals have to understand and adhere to. A couple of use case categories. Just to expand a little bit, we have heard a little bit about energy trading. We have heard some in terms of emissions tracking, data metering. But, the topics that we explored today, they're kind of scratching the surface. We can move into a variety of other sectors. I mean, like the gentleman said, there were 11 topics identified. Just kind of looking through them, energy trading, grid management and transactive energy, empowering consumers, DERs, emissions tracking, energy and data metering, and regulatory and compliance and security. So, I can go through additional use cases, but, maybe I just kind of leave it with, as you guys explore and continue to kind of develop the process around this technology, think about it from the business perspective. So, you're trying to solve problems. And at the end of the day, you're serving a consumer. So, when you're looking at deploying blockchain technology, do start with that business problem, whether it's increasing customer services, whether it's increasing security within the grid and ensuring that you're protecting it from outside intrusion, whether it's creating higher resilience. So, I know that we all have priorities in terms of kind of what we want to achieve within our relevant organizations. And, the guidance would be to see blockchain as an additional option in addition to some of the standard offerings that you're now seeing today. How do you layer that element on, and how do you use it most effectively, once it is deployed? So with that, I think we have another little bit of a panel discussion after this. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chris, for your input. Kind of a summary of the first session this afternoon.